Hi everyone, I'm Barbara D'Ambrosia, and in this video I'll be explaining the addition properties of even and odd numbers. Because this video uses visual demonstrations, we'll limit our discussion to positive numbers, although the properties are true for all integers. We need to start with a quick review of some definitions. Even numbers are integers that are divisible by 2. That is, an even number of objects can be separated into groups of size 2 with no objects left over. Odd numbers are integers that are not divisible by 2. So an odd number of objects can be separated into groups of size 2 with exactly one object left over. We need to consider 3 scenarios: the sum of 2 even numbers, the sum of an even number and an odd number, and the sum of 2 odd numbers. We'll look at the sum of 2 even numbers first. We start with 2 even numbers. The actual values of these numbers don't matter. The only thing we care about is that we can separate them both into groups of size 2 with no objects left over. When we add the 2 numbers visually, we just put them together. The sum is a single number which can be separated into groups of size 2 with no items left over. Thus, the sum of 2 even numbers is even. Now let's look at the situation where we're adding an even number and an odd number. We'll start with one even number and one odd number. Since addition is commutative, it doesn't matter whether the even number is first or second. As before, the actual values of these numbers don't matter. The important thing is that we can separate one of them into groups of size 2 with none left over, and the other into groups of size 2 with 1 left over. When we add the 2 numbers together, visually we just put them together. The sum is a single number which can be separated into groups of size 2 with one object left over. Thus, the sum of an even number and an odd number is odd. We'll wrap up our discussion of addition by looking at the sum of 2 odd numbers. You might want to pause the video and think about the answer before continuing. We start with 2 odd numbers. Again, the actual values of these numbers don't matter. What does matter is that we can separate each of the numbers into groups of size 2 with 1 left over. We add the 2 numbers by putting them together. The sum is a single number separated into groups of size 2 with 2 objects left over. But those 2 objects form another group of size 2. Thus, the sum is a single number separated into groups of size 2 with no leftover objects. Thus, the sum of 2 odd numbers is even. To summarize, here are the 3 addition properties for even and odd numbers. An even number plus an even number yields an even number. An even number plus an odd number yields an odd number, and because addition is commutative, an odd number plus an even number yields an odd number, and an odd number plus an odd number yields an even number. Thank you for watching this video. If you found the video helpful, I invite you to check out the other math videos on my YouTube channel.